Hello students, welcome to the Pole Science of class 10, and today we would proceed understanding about the effect on Tamils. And in the previous class we had gone through the system of majoritarianism in Sri Lanka, and we also read about how the Sinhala's government tried to suppress their minority, that were the Sri Lankan Tamils and the Indian Tamils, and along with that Christians were also there. So after doing all this dominance, what were the effects that were done on the Indian Tamils and the Sri Lankan Tamils that were residing in Sri Lanka? Let us try to understand that. So the first point about the effect on Tamils was that the Tamils felt isolated. That means in the previous classes also we read that the Tamils in Sri Lanka actually felt alienated from their own place. That means they were feeling as outsiders. Being the native of that place also, they were feeling like outsiders, because every opportunities from the government side or every amendment done in the constitution were actually done for the advantages of the Sinhala people and not for the Tamils of that place. So they were feeling isolated or alienated, they were feeling as outsiders. After that, they thought that even the constitution was against them. So as I have told you earlier, that whatever the amendments for the constitution were made, that were only made for the benefits of the Sinhalas and not for the Sri Lankan or Indian Tamils. After that, none of the political parties ever considered their needs. That means the government of the ruling party was also there. They were from the Sinhalas, as the majority were from the Sinhalas, so they formed the government. So the political parties also, whatever that were present in Sri Lanka, never thought of fighting for the rights and dignity of the Tamils in that place. And after that, the Tamils formed groups, organizations and parties to fight for the rights. So when they felt isolated and when they saw that the constitution was against them and they were not getting any advantage regarding jobs, regarding the rights, equal rights were not given. So what they did, at last they tried and they started forming groups, organizations and parties also. And why they formed these groups, organizations and parties? In order to fight for their rights. That means whatever the rights they were given by the constitution, that rights they wanted it to be shared equally among the people that were living in Sri Lanka, irrespective of their caste, be it Sinhalas, be it the Tamils, be it the Christians. They wanted that right should be given equally to all. After that, the demands for recognition to their language and separate state with autonomous status were repeatedly neglected. So as they formed these groups, organizations and parties to fight for the rights, and whatever they demanded that the Tamil should also be made the official language along with the Sinhalas, but that was not granted to them. And they also demanded that along with the language, they also need separate state with autonomous status. That means they wanted one separate state for the Tamils, and along with that they also wanted that the Tamil should be made the official language of that separate state. But whatever their demands were there regarding a separate state and making Tamil is the official language was not granted, and that were thoroughly they were being neglected. They overlooked the demands based on the language and separate state. So this made some groups like the LTT to take violent action. After that, After forming these groups, organizations and parties, when their demands were not fulfilled and were neglected totally, after that one terrorist group was formed in Sri Lanka, and that was known as the LTTE. Clear? So after that, one more situations occurred in Sri Lanka, and that was the civil war. So by 1980, several political organizations were formed demanding an independent Tamil Elam in northern and eastern parts of Sri Lanka. So by 1980, that was the time when several parties were formed, and they demanded what? They demanded a separate Tamil Elam in northern and eastern parts of Sri Lanka. Why only northern and eastern parts of Sri Lanka? Because the Tamils, the Sri Lankan Tamils and the Indian Tamils were the majority in northern and eastern parts. So they demanded a separate state along with the Tamil as the official languages being imposed. They wanted that should be done in a separate state of northern and eastern parts of Sri Lanka, because they were the majority over that place. The distrust between the two communities turned into widespread conflict. It soon turned out into a civil war. As a result, thousands of people were forced to leave the country. This civil war is still going on. So that means what? After that, when the Sinhalas or the government led by the Sinhalas did not accepted the separate states demand, after that this led to a conflict between these two groups. That means the government's group and the Tamil people's group. So that led to a civil war. And what was the result of this civil war? Thousands and thousands of people were killed, and many were forced to leave the country, because if they will not leave the country, then might be there was a chance that more people would have been killed in that civil war. So civil war thus broke out between the Tamils and the Sinhalas. As you can see in the right hand side of the picture, that the army from the government side, army and police from the government side, actually made into a conflict with the Tamil people, and thus as a result, as you can see in both the picture, that some were forced to leave the country also, and those who were killed, after that thousands and thousands of people were killed, and those who were left out, they had to leave their own country and was forced to live as a life of refugee. So this was the effect of the civil war. If they were forced to leave their own country because of the fact that if they would have been living in that same place, so might be there was a chance that they would not have been alive till date. So whoever people related to the Tamil Elam forces were being forced to run away from their own country and live as the life of refugee. So with this, we have come to the end of the revision part of the chapter power sharing, and in this chapter we had learned about the meaning of power sharing. Then we learned about various organs of the government. After that, horizontal check and balance system, vertical power sharing. Then we read about the prudential and moral reasons of why power sharing is desirable. Then power sharing among different political groups. Then we learned about power sharing being practiced in two countries, that was in Belgium and Sri Lanka, in which Belgium was successful in managing this ethnic composition, and due to the successful implementation of and the division of seats between these ethnic groups, Belgium was very much successful in installing the Belgium model of power sharing, and on the other hand Sri Lanka was not successful in maintaining the ethnic composition between the three groups, which led to the civil war in which many peoples were killed and many peoples were forced to leave their own country and live as a life of refugee. So with this we have come to the end of this topic and chapter. In the next class I will provide you the important questions and answers related to the chapter power sharing. Thank you.